still, it's when we're done with this slide, just like do it really slow.
Oh, well, I already started recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. So we are talking about the Federalist era. Let me just get rid of this like extra stuff down here for you guys. Yeah, just need to focus on the Federalist era. Okay.
Federalist era.
Let's get started.
Whoa.
It began with the election of
I thought you were going to
George.
talk more about the Federalist era.
Alright, moving on. Okay, George Washington, this guy, around here. Yeah.
He was president from 1789 to 1797.
97?
Yeah.
And he was our first president
of the United States of America.
And being a Federalist, he began the Federalist era.
Yeah.
And one thing that he did that was significant was that he had a cabinet.
Yeah, he had a big cabinet.
Not a literal cabinet, but yeah, a cabinet
Maybe he did have cabinets.
A cabinet of his most trusted people, which...
Colleagues. Wait. Black.
You're not going to see black. Yeah. He had a Secretary of State, which was Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson.
And then he had a Secretary of Treasury, who was Alexander Hamilton.
Alexander Hamilton.
And he had a Secretary of War, which was Henry Knox.
Henry Knox.
Oh my God, stop doing that.
Wait.
Oh, slow for dramatic effect.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, what's gonna happen next? Whoa, Judge Judy. Yeah.
And before you guys ask what Judge Judy's about, should we just have her there to symbolize the Judiciary Act?
Yes.
Which was one of the things that Washington set into place. And one of the members of his cabinet, Alexander Hamilton, set up various plans to help the U.S. economy, beginning with the
Bank of America.
Or just banks in general. And then he put in excise taxes and tariffs.
Propaganda.
He absorbed the state's debt, and what else did he do? What was the last one?
He was with George Washington.
Yeah, he was a cabinet member. We've said that before, but moving on. Another thing that was significant during the Federalist era was the fact that in Europe, Britain and France were not exactly getting along, and they expected the colonies to pick a side. And
foreign affairs.
And another thing of these foreign affairs was that instead of picking a side, Washington said we were going to pick neutrality.
Like Switzerland.
Like Switzerland, that's why the little cross in the back.
Yeah. It's like the Red Cross, except it's white. And the red's outside instead of inside the cross.
Okay, well, moving on. We got
Spain.
Yeah, this is just to symbolize the Pygmies Treaty, where they pretty much get everything they want from Spain, control the Mississippi, land on the other side of the Mississippi, Florida, and stuff, so Spain was obviously at a loss here. That's why
Spain was in pain.
But not the U.S., because we got new states.
Because we're the United States of America.
And then one more thing. I think we might have gone out of order with the whole Spain and other thing. I think Pygmies Treaty was actually during John Adams, but that's besides the point. The farewell address, this is Washington's farewell address, where he pretty much sets the standard of
the next American presidents that come after him.
Yeah, he pretty much establishes this traditional 2-year serve term. And he also warns them about picking parties, and
that it destroys them.
Yeah.
And they'll never be accept on anything.
Yeah, and then his successor, John Adams, this guy right here.
5 seconds to make it.
John Adams, this guy right here. Let the arrows point to his face.
It's emphasis.
He was our second president
of the United States.
He was gone. He was no longer there. So it was this guy right here.
2 colors. That's cool.
And one of the big things as far as foreign affairs went was the Quasi-War, which was kind of like an unspoken war between the U.S. and France.
Unofficial war.
U.S. Green for good.
Yeah.
And then France.
Red for bad. Yeah, it's like the Jedis and the Siths.
Exactly.
He's like the bad guy.
Versus.
That's the blue lightsaber.
Okay, yeah, so the quasi-war, move on. And then some of the things important towards the end of his presidency was the XYZ affair, which was pretty much how France wanted a bribe so that the U.S. could meet with their diplomats, which angered the U.S. So that just caused a whole bunch of problems there.
Chaos.
And then another thing significant was that towards the end of his service here, John Adams passed the Aliens and Sedition Acts, which pretty much changed the standard to become a citizen in the U.S. from 5 years to 14, which exactly, it's not very fun for people who are immigrants.
Wasn't it also a thing that...
Wait, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Then you've got the Sedition Acts.
Sedition or sedation?
Sedition. Where it's pretty much like you can't talk smack on the government and stuff.
It's unconstitutional.
Yeah, so that was...
It's against the Constitution.
questionable.
The end is near.
And
in December 21st, 2012.
God, really? 2012?
Yes. Like the movie.
And we don't have any music to play in the background, but if we did, it would be like Looney Tunes theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all, folks.